Good evening, this is Big Lou from Florida Roadways. I was driving in the rain and I drove into a puddle, a huge puddle, and I had the AC on, and as soon as I went through the water, the AC light, the condenser turned off, not only once but twice. So I turned off the AC for about a minute and I turned it back on. Years ago, when I had my other car, I was driving through a warehouse district and there was a lot of flooding there, and I drove through the flood, and of course I had the AC on. As soon as I drove through that flood, the AC light was blinking and it just died. It just stopped working. So luckily the engine didn't flood, but the AC unit did. My advice to you all is, especially if you're driving a car that's close to the ground, if you see a flood, try to avoid it. For instance, if you see a flood on the right lane and you're driving on a 3-lane highway or 2-lane, and there's no flood on the left lane or the middle lane, whatever, go to the left lane or go to the next lane, or at least just slow down. Don't just plow through the water, because what happens is the AC light's gonna shut off, which is what mine did, you know. Or just turn off the AC for, let's say, about 30 seconds to a minute, you know, because when you go through a flood, how long do you go through water? 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds the most, maybe almost a minute the most. Just turn off the AC until you get out of the water. Then once you get out of the water, turn the AC back on. That's my advice to you all. Because if your AC breaks because of you going through the flood so much, you're gonna end up paying an arm and a leg, and I'm talking thousands of dollars, you know. I don't think it's less than $1,000 to fix the AC, you know, because this AC unit has lasted me 11 years. Usually it breaks down in less than 10 years, depending on the unit. So I try my best not to go through the flood with the AC on. I try not to use the AC, you know, like when I'm driving in the city or downtown my area, I usually just go with the windows down and the sunroof open. But when I drive on the expressway, especially when it's raining, I turn on the AC and I drive with the windows up, and you know. So yeah, please take my advice. You'll be saving a lot of money. Trust me. That's a lesson that I learned. So even if you have a truck that's high off the ground, all I can say is be careful. You could get stuck as well, especially if you're driving an SUV, you know, a truck like this one right here, a Ford F-150 or any full-size pickup. So if you see the water going over the curb or covering the sidewalk, be careful. Try to avoid it. Try to avoid the flood and, you know, turn around, go somewhere else, take a detour, you know. Because these floods are not to be played with. Okay, so anyways, I hope this helps. You all have a good day, a good night from wherever you are around the world. Please take my advice. This will help out a lot in the near future. Anyways, this is Big Lou signing off, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.